Hello there. Okay, see, we got other people. So, welcome. Hi. We're getting started in just a couple of minutes. We'll start out with a stretch when we do. But the first things, as I usually say when I begin these, I am going to pin my screen, or which I already have pinned my screen, so that you all can just see me consistently as people filter in. And please, if you haven't already, mute yourselves so that we can hear this lovely workout music and also myself as I instruct what we're doing, which you already have, so thank you for that. As people come in, I'll remind them. And then since this is being recorded and uploaded to the YouTubes, if you do not want to be seen, you can change it to where you don't have your camera going and you just have your name. You want to use a fun little name and not your real one, you can change your name too. But those are the only things I will remind people as we start. So yeah, just to let you all know before we dive right into it, we're working on glutes and core today, and so typically that will incorporate a lot of other peripheral stuff, so exercises that we've previously done for lower body. Okay, cool. Yeah, no worries. That's another thing too. Before I finish what I was saying, anybody who has to leave early, quite all right, and I appreciate anybody who is coming in to join me at all today. But yes, so today we're gonna do some peripheral movements that focus mostly on the core and the glutes. So anyways, we're officially starting. It's now time to go. My name is Johnny from Roller Derby Athletics, and like I said already, I got my screen pinned so you all can see me. Y'all are going to be muted. I'm going to be guiding you along today. This will be going up on YouTube, so it'll be recorded. You all can watch it later. And if you all need any adjustments, put it in the chat. It might be kind of hard for me to watch the chat while we're moving, but I'll try and look out for anything you need, and I'll address any adjustments if we need them. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do some stretching before we go into it. So I'm going to just do some more static-ish stretches on the floor. We're focusing on some floor work for starters. So what I like to do, just to kind of loosen up the lower back here, is I reach for my feet. And this isn't necessarily where we're holding and just stretching and pulling, although you will feel that. But I like to kind of just pump my legs like this, right? So I'm still loosening that lower back, but I'm also feeling a bit of a loosening in the legs. So I know it sounds kind of goofy. I sometimes call this doing the Richard Simmons. Sometimes when I'm standing, it looks more like it too. But, my hamstrings and quads tend to get tight. So this really helps me to kind of just feel more limber. So we'll do just a few more of these. And then oftentimes I do like to loosen up the core or the spinal column before we go into any kind of movements. So we'll do more of an active version of that figure 4 pull away. So for a few seconds, put that elbow to that knee and just twist away from it for about 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. We're doing these in smaller increments. And twisting away the other direction. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, since we are going to focus somewhat on the hips, the hip flexors, in addition to the core and the glutes, let's take into a little butterfly position. Again, I know this is kind of static-ish, but we're going to put some active movements in there. Hello, welcome. For everyone else who's coming in just now, again, like I said, I'm Johnny with Roller Derby Athletics. We're going to do some core and glutes today, so mute your mics, listen to what I've got to show you today, and you can watch this later on YouTube since it's going to be recorded. So right now we're kind of butterflying our legs a little bit. If you can hold your feet together like this, that's great. If you can't quite get them, in this wide of a position, just do the best you can. The idea is that we're stretching out the inner thighs. All right. And then lastly, I'll just kind of take it into a similar thing where we are opening those inner thighs, kind of doing a frog position onto the floor. I'm just slowly lowering my hips to the ground for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's release it. All right, we're going to dive right in. We're just going to go right into our first major section. which is actually just going to be 2 movements. So it's hip bridges and fire hydrants. Now, you've probably done some variations of this before. I will demonstrate each movement before we actually do it for the first round, and then the subsequent rounds will be pretty fluid. So we should be able to do 3 rounds of these. The first movement, which is the bridges, again, we're on the floor for these. So the idea here, and we're going to end up timing this for 1 minute, but let me show you the form. The idea here is that you're keeping your knees bent, you're on your back, but from here, you want to squeeze your glutes and really pop those hips up so that you are bracing the glutes here. Let me give you more of a side view. Keeping yourself kind of like flat like a board, like you're holding yourself in a bit of a slide position, and then slowly lowering yourself down. So we're just, as the timer is going, we're going to repeat this movement. Hold it up for about 2 or 3 seconds, and then lower it down slowly. So flat back, then up to nice triangle position. That makes sense. All right, so we're going to start with that. So come down to the floor if you haven't already. We're going to do this for 1 minute, starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. All right, so back is flat, slowly raising up and coming down. So it's slow and controlled. You're really feeling a little bit of the hip flexors kind of bracing up here and some of the lower abs, but definitely the glutes. So we're really thinking about it as we move. You might feel a little bit of this in the lower back as well. It kind of affects that whole belted area that I call all of this here. So just continue to focus on that movement. Now, if you feel like you need more of a challenge, you need to bring your feet closer to the booty or further away from the booty to really get more of a squeeze, that's okay. So as you can see, I just moved my feet outward a little bit, as long as you're still getting this nice flat angle here. Flat angle. Angle here, flat here. And we're done. All right. So the next movement is going to be some fire hydrants. Okay, so different ways of doing this, but the way that we do it with roller derby athletics is you're going to be on your hands and knees, and it's going to be for 10 reps on each side. So the way that a rep is going to look, it's going to be a little funky at first. You're going to bring one leg out to the side and then kick it out so that you're kind of creating a nice tabletop, or your leg is straight out and parallel with the rest of your body, if that makes sense. You don't want to have it too far up. And then from here, you're going to bring it back in. So that's 1 rep, right? And then we're going to reverse that and then bring it out to the side so that it's kind of like a rewind of that movement. And then that'll count for the 2nd rep. If it's confusing, don't worry, just stick with me. Just focus on feeling the bracing of the core as we go. So we'll do 10 of that on this side, and then I'll switch over and do 10 on the other leg. All right, so let's come to our hands and knees, and let's get ready. So I'm bringing that leg out, and then back, squeezing the glutes, and then in. That's 1. Now stick it back, and out to the side, and in. That's 2. I'm coming out, bringing it back, and in. That's 3. So here we go. It's starting to become more of a flow. There's 4. Woo. So there's a lot of balance involved here. That's 5. So that's another component to this movement. 6. Out to the side. Maybe you feel like you look kind of funky. That's okay. I believe this is 7. We're getting there. Stick it back and out to the side, and in. That's 8. Out to the side, and back, and in. That's 9. Leg out in the back, bring it to the side, and that should be 10. So it gets more fluid as we go. Now let's switch it over to the other leg. Just follow along. Just listen to me count. That's all you need to focus on. So let's get ready. Come over here a little bit and begin. I'm out to the side. Oop, and I don't have a lot of space, so let me come this way, and that's 1. All right, and now I'm sticking it back behind me and out to the side. That's 2. So this way, you get to see kind of a different angle. Here's 3. Keep that back flat. Squeeze everything. That's 4. out to the side, and back. I believe that's 5. Here we go, out to the side, and 6, out to the side, back, at 7, back, out, 8, this is 9, slide it back out, to the side, and back under, that's 10. Okay, pretty quick and fluid first cycle through. So we should be able to breeze through this next one. Let's do this 2 more times. All right, so come back down to your bridge position. And let's begin for 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, really tighten those lower abs and definitely tighten the glutes. Again, imagine that you need to keep everything braced because maybe you're balancing something on you, maybe you're trying to, now I'm going to have a weird analogy here. Maybe you have like a little marble here, right on your lower abs, right? And as it rolls down, when you lift the hips up, you want to make sure it's guided down towards your face, right? If you're letting your hips swivel, or if you don't have nice, slow and controlled movements, it's just going to fall right off. Imagine that you don't want that marble to fall off of you. I know, it's a weird visual, but hopefully that helps. So we have 15 seconds left. Just keep squeezing. Lower that back. Lower the glutes, and then put them back up. Just follow along as best you can. And done. All right. We got those fire hydrants again. Let's get on our hands and knees. Pick a side you want to start with. And here we go. Out and back for 1. Back, out for 2. Here is 3. And 4. That's 5. 6. 7. 8. Whew. 9. Here's the last one on this side. And 10. Okay, I'm going to stay in this position even though I'm doing the other side. So let's go ahead. Other side now. Bring that leg out and behind. That's 1. Bring it behind and out to the side. That's 2. Side, back, 3. Out, side, 4. Boom, boom, 5. Follow that rhythm. That's 6. Keep that core tight. 7. I went backwards on that a little bit. That's okay. 8. And give me one more here. And done. Okay. Whew. Take a little deep breath. We're starting out kind of gradual. We're going to go into some more intensive stuff. We are going to come to our feet in the next major section, but don't worry about that. I'll let you know when we get there. All right. So let's take about 10 more seconds. One last round, starting with those bridges again. All right. Let's get in our position now. And we're going to begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, really feel that back flat in the ground, and then hoist it up and squeeze, and then come back down. Really control it. So again, we're keeping those hips squared up towards the ceiling. We're kind of, well, it's a bridge. So imagine that you're a bridge, trying to not let those cars fall off the bridge. I know, these are funny visuals. And this here, we're really thrusting the hips forward so that we can squeeze those glutes and keep those abs tight. We're halfway there. We've got 25 seconds. Do your best. All right. We're squeezing. We're working. We're bracing everything. Keep it tight. Keep it controlled. And just remember to breathe. We got 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, last time now with our fire hydrants. Now, the cool thing is if you have any stretchy bands, you can throw that in with your fire hydrants. But because we're doing the very basics of this today, you don't need to have anything to do them. That's a little extra something if you ever need to try it. All right, so let's do 10 on each side. Get ready for it and begin. Bring that leg out and back for 1. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, getting there, 8, nice and controlled, 9, and here's the last one this side. Squeeze it and release. All right, other side now. I have to point myself this way. Let's get ready and begin. I'm out to the side and I'm back. It's 1, this is 2. Nice and controlled. Really think about every movement. That's 3. Squeeze it. Good posture. That's 4. Follow along as best you can. Kind of see what I'm doing here. That's 5. Whew. That's 6. Bring it back. That's 7. We're getting there. There's 8. Moving those hips. Bring that leg back. 9. Give me 1 more here. Hold it and bring it in. Perfect. All right. So nothing too crazy to start with. Some good mobility work there. Really bracing and squeezing those abs and those glutes, like I keep saying. I use those words a lot. But for something that we're not going super high paced with, it's good to experience those feelings to know that you're really utilizing the muscles that we're targeting. So even though that wasn't too crazy, if you need water, go ahead and get it. While we're taking a little break here, I'm going to talk about what we have on deck next. Okay, so we're actually going to do 2 rounds of this next section, and it's going to be 3 movements this time. Making sure I did the right thing there. Okay, so it's going to focus on that lower body, but these are going to be lower body movements. Yes, you will feel them in the hamstrings and in the quads. Yes, they are mobility movements that are related to skating, but it's really going to work the booty. So that's where that comes from. So it's going to be forward lean over lunges, 10 on each leg, then squat jumps, and then cross under squats for 10 on each leg. And the squat jumps, I didn't say, we're going to do 10 of those. So it's 10 all across the board. And I will, again, I'll show you what they look like if you haven't done these with me before, so that, you know, we always know what it looks like. And then in the next round, it'll be more fluid. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate with a forward lean over lunge. There's going to be a little bit of stability here. Actually, I'm going to adjust my camera so that you can see me just a little bit better since I'm standing for this one. There we go. So for our forward lean over lunge, it's exactly what it sounds like. This movement, we're going to focus on one leg at a time. So let's say I'm starting with my right leg. I'm stepping very far forward. I'm lunging and I'm taking my other arm that's on the inside of this forward leading foot, and I'm just tapping down. And then I'm stepping back and I'm repeating that with that same leading leg. So you're squeezing, you're powering through with the glutes in this movement. So we're going to do 10 on that side and then 10 on the other, just like it sounds like. So take one last good breath in, and we're going to get ready for it. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. So nice long stride, step forward and step back. That's it, simple as that. That's 1. This is 2. Kind of go at your own pace. Here's 3, especially since you need to get a sense of that good stability there. There's 4. Really feel that squeeze in the legs. There's 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Awesome. Now for the other leg, I'm going to show you the front view of it because it is important what we're doing with our hips and our knees, right? We don't want the knees to come in. We don't want to be too wonky. We want to just keep them in line together. So I'm going to do my best to watch myself. and you can watch me as well. So let's get that other side starting now. Stepping forward, see, try and keep it squared up, and there's one. Here's two. There's three. Here's four. That's five. There's six. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Huzzah, there it is. Okay, so next we have those squat jumps. Shake those legs out, do that little Richard Simmons movement that I talked about if you need to. That feels pretty good to loosen it up. But yes, we have squat jumps next. So they're pretty straightforward. We've probably done these in some capacity before. You got your feet hip width apart. You never want those knees to bow out or come in anytime you're doing a type of squat. So same applies here. You want to really sit down into it like you're going into a chair, just like in derby. And as we're loading up, that's it. That's your squat jump. So let's get ready. Let's do 10 of those. And 3, 2, 1. Let's kick it. Here's 1, 2, just rapid fire. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Easy peasy. Now I may be going a little bit more slow so that you can see me, but also because sometimes my knees act up, and that's okay. The important thing is that you're taking at your own pace, and if you can go pretty low, good. If you can only go about here, that's fine too. Think more about the posture of your knees. But good job. All right, and now we got those cross under squats. Okay, we've definitely done these before. They're some of my favorites. If you haven't done these with me before, here's what it looks like. It's like a curtsy squat, as some people call it, or when we do crossovers on the track. So we're going to focus on one leg at a time. That means that if I'm starting with my right leg here, I'm going under and coming out, under and out, and then we'll repeat it on the other side. The idea here is that we're going back as far as we can, getting a nice long stride, almost as if you want to push off like you're skating. So good knee strength here, good strength around the joints, and again, feeling it in the glutes. So let's get ready, pick a side, 10 on this side, and I'm cut off at top, sorry about that. Let's begin. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, get as low as you can, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Now again, if you can't go very low with that, that's okay. Again, sometimes if you have knee problems, ankle problems, that gets in the way, do your best. Let's do the other side now. Starting at 3, 2, 1. Here we go. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's getting warm in here. 6, 7, 8, push through, 9, push through, and 10, boom. All right, let's take a quick little 30 seconds here, just to catch your breath, and then we're gonna go back to the top for our second and final round of these. Woo-wee. All right. So again, like I said, like I always say, listen to your body with these movements. They do mimic kind of how we move as we skate. But on the flip side, we want to do these to improve how we skate. So if you have limitations, work with them as best you can. All right. So that's about time. We're back to our forward lean over lunges. Pick a leg you want to start with. And let's begin. So nice long stride. And I'm leaning and lunging for 1. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, feel that squeeze, push off, 7, 8, stay strong, 9, and 10. All right. Gotta pick a way I'm gonna go. All right, leading with this leg. Let's get ready and go. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good job. I see you all working. That's 8. This is 9. This is 10. Good job. I love it. Good work. Okay. So now we got those squat jumps again. Take one good deep breath. Get that heart rate up a little bit. Shake it out a little bit if you need to. Pick your spot. Get your footing. Here we go. Starting now. Load up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. So I took a moment there to kind of think, like, what am I doing with my arms? Doesn't really matter as long as you feel like you're getting a good flow, good range of motion. So, like Ricky Bobby says, what do I do with my hands? Doesn't matter as much. All right, and now we got those cross under squats for the last time. Deep breath in, and let's do it. Here we go. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and push off and out. All right, other side. Let's go ahead and do it, starting now. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, push off and done. All right, we're gonna take at least a minute to kind of catch our breath. I got the timer going. We might go over just a little bit, and that's okay, because for some of this time, some of our kind of downtime, I'm gonna be talking about what we have on deck next. So I'm seeing, and it looks like our next major section is gonna be all on the floor. We're going back to that core work. So let me adjust the camera again. All right, so you can see my mat. Okay. So what we have here is 4 movements. We should be able to get through them for at least 3 rounds. And what we have is bird dogs, hollow body holds, marching bridges. We have regular bridges. Now we're going to be marching with them. That'll be fun. And some side planks with a leg lift. So again, actually utilizing the whole body with a focus on that belted core area. I like to call that the belt area because anytime you're working it, you feel nice and tight, kind of like you're keeping that core just, you know, in a corset. All right, so like I said with all the other ones, I'm going to walk you through these as we go, and then the next few rounds will be more fluid. So for the bird dogs, we're going to do 20 of these total. We're alternating the sides. So you're on your hands and knees for this, and this is more of a core stability. So here I am. I want my back flat, and I want to really like kind of tilt my pelvis forward so that I'm engaging the lower abs, but also keeping my back as kind of flat and level as I can. And from here, I'm going to extend my arm and the opposite leg. You can see what I'm doing as best I can while I'm balanced. And I'll hold it here for about 2 or 3 seconds and then bring it in. Now with this, you don't want to like twist your hips to any certain degree. You want to keep everything nice and squared up, and you're keeping your arms kind of flat, like they're on level, they're parallel, right? So after you do that, then you switch over. We're going to alternate the legs as we go. So it's going to be like that. All right, so I'm going to count along again. Just follow along as best you can, and let's go ahead and get ready for that. So we're in position here, and let's go. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and release. So it's a lot, but we kind of go through it pretty smoothly. It ends up not feeling too much at all, but that's the flow of it. So good job on those. Now we got those hollow body holds. This is an interesting one where we're going to do 3 of these, but each one of them is a 10-second hold. We've done these one other time before. They are quite the challenge. So what you're going to do is you're flat on your back. Give you a side view here. So I'm starting out with my legs as upright as best as they can be, and my arms reaching for them. And you want to lower your legs as far and low as you can, and then hold it as best as you can for those 10 seconds. Now, if you find that here is challenging enough to do that without falling, then this is the spot for you. If this is comfortable enough, well, comfortable to hold for the 10 seconds, this is where you need to be. It's different for everybody, which is why we start up here. So 10-second holds for 3 times. So let's go ahead, start in this position, lower it down, find that sweet spot, and hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. All right, back up, here we go. Slide down until you find that spot for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Let me give you more of a side view here if I can. All right, here's our 3rd time. Bring it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo, and release. So it's only 3 reps of something, but goodness is that challenging. So that's 30 seconds of holding it. That's really good. That's tiring, but good job on that. Now we have our marching bridges. So like I said, we started out with regular bridges. This is making it more interesting. We're going to do 20 reps total, but you're alternating the legs. So with our bridges, the idea was that we were kind of hoisting our hips up and squeezing the glutes. Well, we're starting off in this position. This is where our neutral position is, and now we are tapping the feet like that, keeping those glutes engaged and that back kind of at a flat, straight angle. You understand what I mean? All right, so let's do those. Just alternate the legs. I'm going to count them out for you. Here we go. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and release. Woo! Take a breath. All right. Now we got side planks. So this is 10 on each side. So a little bit different from what I usually do. The setup for this is that you are ideally on your elbow, which is right under the shoulder. You've got your side zipped up like a flat piece of paper. You're going to have your knee on the ground, so bend that knee back. Keep this engaged so that you're kind of squeezing it up, and you're going to just lift that unengaged leg on the top for 10 reps, so that this is holding the whole time, but you're also getting a little bit of leg work. So let's go ahead, get in this position, and go ahead and do our 10 on this side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, goodness. Anytime I write these down or I see someone else do them in a video, I'm like, well, that's not so bad. Then I do them and I'm like, ooh, that's better than I thought it was going to be. And by better, I mean more challenging. So let's go ahead and go on the other side now. We don't want our hips too far forward or too far back. Just zip it up. So if you feel like you're kind of a seated position, go ahead and fix that. All right, and let's begin. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. All right. So with that, let's take a little brief break. Take about 30 seconds. So with those side planks, not only are we feeling that squeeze on the side, but like I said, the unengaged leg is going to be raising up and down. You'll be kind of bracing your quads a little bit, which is a little bonus there. And because you have to keep your torso, the trunk of your body, like not bending, not slouching or anything like that, you're also feeling that in the back and the lower abs. So that's what we're focusing on. That's where we're feeling it. That's a little extra there. Okay, so let's go back to the top to round number 2. We got our bird dogs for 20. And let's begin. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. I hit a nerve on my knee. It's kind of weird. Okay, hollow body holds now. Ooh, the challenging ones. Not challenging to me anyways. All right, let's get in that position. Feet are up, arms are up. Find that sweet spot and hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, reset. And here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Whew. Last time through, start position there and find that spot for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax for real. Deep breaths. Okay. All right. We're still on our backs. We got those marching bridges. Okay. So stay where you are. Go ahead and zip the glutes up. And let's march for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and come down. All right. Take a deep breath. We got our side planks with a leg lift again. Pick the side that you want to start with. Okay, legs are lined up. Your bottom leg is bent. Get in your position and let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower that. Let's roll over to our other side. Woo. All right. Zip it up. One leg is bent. Pop it up. And here we go. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo. All right. 30-second break again before we go into our last round of that. All right. So I think I remember what I was going to say about those. When we are here, not only are we keeping this all flat like a piece of paper or like we're a cardboard cutout, but we don't want our torso to rotate either this way, or for our hips to swivel too much. That's a whole other thing. So same goes for that. All right. Just a little thing to keep in mind. Okay. Last time through, we got bird dogs. Let's get in our hands and knees. 20 of them on deck, and let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right. Whew. Hollow body holds. Promise the last time with these. They're so good for us, but so challenging. Okay, let's come to our backs. I'm actually gonna face this way this time. Make it interesting. Okay, so let's get into that starting position. Feet are up. All right, reach up. Find that sweet spot. Slide down, and for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're holding and releasing. All right, quick breath. All right, starting position again. Slide down and hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Woo, take a deep breath, little recovery breath there. All right, starting position again. This is our last time. Hoist up and lower it down as far as you can. Hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. I'm going to stay in this position. This is a fun angle. Okay, we got our marching bridges. All right. Hoist the hips up, engage the glutes, and let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Woo, lower it down. What I like to do after that is kind of tilt my hips forward or my pelvis forward because it's kind of a nice little stretch to balancing that out. But we're not stretching just yet. Take a little mini break. We got side planks. Here we go. Pick the side. A little bit more angled this time, but you can still see what I'm doing. All right, knees bent, hips are up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, lower that side. Let's switch over. Whew. All right, get on that elbow. Lower knee is bent. And let's go. Hoist up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, relax. Woo. That section is done. We get a longer break now. Awesome job. I'm going to time it for at least a minute. We go over a little bit. That's okay. Rest time is good because I want to take that time to talk about what's up next. We're coming down pretty much to the end. So I always like to see how much we can fit in towards the end and still allow for some stretch time. So what I have here is, looks like a list of, yes, 5 movements. So we can see we can get through once or twice, maybe 3. It's a bit ambitious, but we can see. Eyes, wides, and T's. So that is definitely focusing on the lower back, but also triceps and shoulders. So it's a good little combo movement. It's like a Superman, but we're working the arms as well. So we have eyes, wides, and T's. Then we're going to go into ab leg circles, which we haven't done a whole lot yet. And again, I'll describe each of these as we do them. Then we have some roll-ups, which are also challenging, but good. Challenging to me. Then we have a regular plank, and then we have a mantis plank. Okay, so those are all pretty fun, good variations of things. Getting the core, getting all the components of the core. So let's see if we can do at least 2 rounds of this, okay? And then we'll stretch it out. So all of these except one are going to be reps. I'm sorry, 2 of them are going to be timed. The rest will be reps. So we're starting with our I's, Y's, and T's. This is paced interestingly because we're pulsing in each position for 5 times, but we're going to do 5 cycles through, if that makes sense. So with the I, first of all, we're on our stomach like this, and we're having our arms extended, right? So that we are kind of pinning the lower abs to the floor and, you know, just moving from that hinge point. So you're going to pulse your arms out with your thumbs up for 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the I. Then you go into a Y position, 5. You go into T position, so now your grip is actually facing the floor. That's the T, and then that's the T. And then your arms are going to be back here, and you're pulsing. That's I again. So I'm just going to count it out for you. Let's go ahead and do these. Get in that position and hang in there as best you can. Okay, here we go. So I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go into the Y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go into a T, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's rotation 1. Here's number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here's number 3. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're almost there. This is number 4. Let's get to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and now into our 5th round. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, good job. Now I know you can't see my feet. I don't have a lot of space in here, but I'm letting my feet rest on the ground. If you want to make this more challenging, you can keep the feet together or the heels together and lift them up so that the only thing really touching the ground is your hips and your stomach. That's the more challenging version, but do whatever works for you. Okay, good job on those. Next up, we got our ab leg circles. Okay, so we're doing that 5 in each direction. And it's exactly what it sounds like. The idea here is that we're on our backs. I like to put my hands under the small of my back for that stability. And basically, you're just extending the one leg kind of as far and low as you can to kind of work the lower abs. And you're just circling it out for 5 times. So you're going to do that 5 on one side and 5 on the other. So just follow along. Let's go ahead and do those. The other leg is just unengaged. So I got my right. I'm going to circle out for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I'm switching over. I'm trying to stay low. That's going to be more challenging. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's it. Whew. All right. Oh, we got roll-ups. Okay. Fruit roll-ups? No, they're ab roll-ups. So with this, our legs are extended. We are flat on the ground. Arms are overhead, and the challenge here is kind of pressing your lower back into the ground as you come up. Try not to make it so much of a jerky motion. Just feel like you're fluid and rolling up as naturally as you can. And then when you roll back down, you're pressing your lower back first, and then your upper back, and then your arms. So let's try for 10 of those. Do the best you can. If they're a little jerky, that's okay. The arms are extended, rolling up, going as far forward as you can. That's 1. Here's 2. This is 3. 4. 5. Halfway halfway there. 6, 7, gradual fluid like a snake. There's 8, 2 more. Whew. 9, give me 1 more here. And 10, all right. Nicely done. Okay, we're almost done actually. So now we just got regular planks. So the important things with planks, obviously we're on our toes and elbows. We want to keep the back flat, but what does that mean? That's where we're squeezing our glutes. So yes, we're working on our core, but the glutes are engaged. Our hips are squared up with the ground. We're not letting our hips swivel. That's a different kind of plank. And we are imagining that there's a bowl of cereal on our back and we don't want to spill it. So I'm going to time this for a minute. If you can only hold half of it, that's fine. Just do as much as you can. So let's get into that position. I'll let you know when the timer has started. We're here and let's begin. So the positioning here also, because now I'm thinking about where are my elbows in relation to my shoulders. My elbows are right under my shoulders. I'm creating that nice 90-degree angle, bend in my arm. Because if they're too far out, you're going to feel an imbalance in where you're bracing your abs. Whew. Talking through this is challenging too, but we're already halfway there. We got 30 seconds left. So hold it as good as you can. Take a deep breath. The feet are about hip width apart. I know you can't see my feet. You need to shuffle them a little bit to kind of find something that's stable for you. That's okay, but ideally you want everything to be just squared up with your shoulders and hips. We have 10 seconds left. Drop the booty if you can, and squeeze it also. We got 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, so I think today we only have time for this 1 round. That means that we'll save more of this for the next time we do core. But we're not done yet. We have 1 more core movement, and then we get to stretch. So we have Mantis Planks. Now I threw this in as kind of a bonus because it's another plank, yes, but it is more interesting, and it's a bit more challenging too. So with a Mantis Plank, we're only going to do this for 30 seconds. And this time, we're on our toes and our hands. So kind of like what we were doing with the fire hydrants, we're going to be moving our legs out to the side. So before I start the timer, here's kind of showing you as a refresher, I'm still bracing my abs. I'm still keeping my back as flat as I can. Hands are under the shoulders. Toes are about hip width apart. I'm squeezing the glutes. And I'm basically just bringing my knee to my elbow and then out to the side as best I can. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And you are just cycling through and alternating those legs and trying to keep your hips as squared up as you can for those 30 seconds. So let's go ahead and let's just do it. Get in that position, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, begin. So knee and to the side. All right. Knee and to the side. Keep it going. All right. Had to make sure that music was still going. Knee, side. Don't let those hips swivel too much. Don't let the back slouch. Follow along as best you can. We only got 5 seconds. And done. Awesome. So good work. So again, like I said, I want to make sure we have some stretch time. So we're going to leave it at that. Just a little taste of that cycle the next time that we do it for some more core. But we did a lot of good core today, so that's excellent. All right, so we're going to take it back to the floor, similar to how we were stretching it at the beginning, right? So let's sit down. Legs are extended in front of you, and we're going to stretch that lower back by reaching forward, reaching for the toes. Grab the toes if you can, grab the ankles wherever you can. And not only are you letting your head and neck relax and letting the hamstrings and the calves kind of stretch, but you're also getting that lower back stretch here when you pull. So really visualize that you're rounding out the lower back. And let's hold it here for 20 seconds, right? This is where you can just take some nice leisurely, relaxing breaths. Take one more deep breath in. And from here, slowly roll it up. So again, kind of, this sounds silly, but visualize like you're like a snake, letting your spine kind of slink back up in a nice fluid position. All right, and then from here now, we're gonna do that figure four again. My legs are feeling a bit tight, so I may not be able to bring it as close to my chest as I was at the beginning, but if you can bring that knee in close to the chest, go ahead. We're making that figure four. Bring that elbow to the knee and really twist the back. We're twisting the trunk of the body, kind of loosening up the spine here, but in a more static way. So we're going to hold this for longer. Holding it for about 20 seconds. Just rest right here. And then we're going to go ahead and release that and do the same thing on the other side. So just slowly transition into that movement. And this is also great for getting a pull on the glutes. We're definitely stretching out the booty. All right. Same thing on this side. Hold it for 20 seconds. Just relax. And really feel that pull to the best of your ability. All right. Go ahead, slowly release that. And because we have been using some of our upper body in the plank positioning, let's stretch out the shoulders a little bit, stretch out the upper body a little bit. So go ahead, one of my favorite stretches, you're just gonna reach behind you while you're seated, open that chest, you're grabbing your hand behind you, feel that pull from the shoulder all the way down. It's a good classic stretch. I like to say it's great for after anything you do, really, especially if you do arm day. Yes, after you do some core where you have to hold yourself up, yes, for sure. It just feels really good. So let's hold it here for about 10 more seconds. And go ahead and release that, and then we'll do the opposite direction where we're pulling the arm across the chest and holding it here for 20. Again, feeling that pull from the shoulder all the way down. And then opening the chest and bringing that other arm across. And open the chest, and there you have it. So again, if there's anything else we didn't stretch out, take the time that you need to do so on your own. Otherwise, that's everything today. Thank you for joining me. I will have some goodies for the next time for sure. And I will see you then. Thank you so much and have a good rest of the day.